During my time in Japan, I made sure to try as many themed cafes in Tokyo as possible. I thought it'd be fun to look back at all the themed cafes I went to and rank them from my least favorite to my most favorite. Remember that this is my personal experience and this ranking might be varied for different people and experiences. I will be only ranking themed cafes, so no animal cafes like pig cafe, cat cafe, or dog cafe. Let's get started. 11. Pokemon Cafe. This is one of the very first cafes I went to and the one that I was most excited to go to. I grew up playing Pokemon and it was the very first themed cafe I ever been to, so I really didn't know what to expect. The presentation of the food and the decoration of the whole cafe was so thought out and immersed us into the Pokemon world. While we were eating, an Eevee mascot came out and said hi to us and was so cute, and they put on a little show. The food itself was so awful and inexpensive. I really had high hopes, so it was a big letdown for me. The food's presentation was amazing, but the food really does lack in flavor, and some bites were kind of questionable even if it was edible. 10. Vampire Cafe. The atmosphere was unique and something that I haven't experienced, but the overall cafe was a little too dark and the staff felt a little awkward. It seemed like a very big restaurant, but there was only 2 groups in there and it was just weirdly quiet. The food was mediocre and the drinks were okay. It was cool to experience, but I wouldn't go again. 3D Cafe. The concept was cute, but got boring quickly. It was also so crowded and felt overwhelming. The seats seemed weirdly close to each other and felt cramped. And I felt like I was able to hear everyone talking around me. There weren't too many drinks and food options to pick from, and the drink was average. There was some foods I wanted to order but couldn't because the wait time was over 20 minutes. The location is right next to Koreatown and can get very crowded on the weekends. 8. BT21 Cafe. The BT21 Cafe in Tokyo pops up every now and then, but I went in 2019 when it was still fairly new. We had to register for a time slot and went in to eat at that time. The food was just really expensive, but actually pretty good. There's a lot of merch that fans can buy, but with how expensive everything was, it felt like a cash grab for BTS fans. 7. Maid Cafe. This is one of the most unique themed cafes in Tokyo. It was super cute, but it felt awkward since the other customers were all older men and the maids were overly acting cute, which I was fully expecting, but it was really much more than I imagined. It felt like we got transported into another world. The food itself had an amazing presentation and tasted really good. I would probably only come back just for the cute food. 6. A Peach Cafe. Unfortunately, this cafe was permanently closed, but I loved it since it felt like a little bit of Korea in Japan. It was a 2-floor setup in Harajuku, with the first floor having very cute A Peach merchandise and the second floor being the cafe. The presentation of the food and drinks were so cute, and I had the donut which was filling and had the perfect amount of fluffiness. I'm quite picky with my donuts, so I was very happy about it. The cafe itself was very tiny and cramped and was very hard to find a seat in. I felt like as soon as I was done with my meal, I had to leave to let others sit. 5. Aoyama Flower Cafe. Aoyama Flower Cafe combines the elegance of plants and flowers and combines it with the cafe. All their cafes are truly elegant, with flowers being decorated at every corner of your eyes. It's a great place to relax and sip some tea with friends for brunch or lunch. Their menu mostly consists of bread items and teas, and they can get pretty pricey, ranging from 900 to 1,500 yen. The food itself is a little bit too simple for my liking, and it feels like something I can make at home very easily, but the tea and drinks were really amazing. 4. Cinnamon Roll Cafe. The store interior was cute, with every corner being carefully decorated. They had a pretty big menu with a lot of things to order, and I ordered the cutest thing I saw on the menu, which was the omelet. It wasn't the best tasting omelet, but it was definitely edible, and the cuteness really made up for the taste. On the other hand, my friend got their pancake, and just by the look of it, I can really tell that it wasn't that good, so taste probably depends on what you order. I had so much fun being in the Cinnamon Roll Cafe and being surrounded by all the cuteness, and I'll probably try to come back. 3. SHIRO-HISE'S Cream Puff. This place is a place I want to visit every time I visit Japan. There are currently 2 locations where they sell these cream puffs, one in Setagaya and then another one in Kichijoji. The cream puffs are always made fresh and is the perfect texture. I tried the caramel banana, matcha cream, and custard cream fillings, and they were all amazing every single time. Both interiors of the shop are filled with Ghibli items from floor to ceiling, and you really get immersed into that Ghibli world. I just wish that there was a seating area to enjoy the cream puffs indoors. These cream puffs are for takeout only, and I always end up eating at a park or bench outside, which is really nice, but sometimes I just want to be indoors. 2. Moomin Cafe. Moomin is a character from a cartoon originally published in Swedish in Finland and grew very popular in Japan. The atmosphere of the cafe takes you right into the setting of Moomin Valley. The menu is very extensive with many different food options for anyone's palate. The menus had sets of meatballs, hamburgers, pancakes, pasta, and dessert. I had the salmon burger with tartar sauce set, and even though the price was on the higher end, it was a full meal and filled me right up and was delicious. From the buns having Moomin imprints on both buns, and the pasta and the soup being in the shape of the Moomin characters. Everything was amazing. 1. Sanrio Cafe. The permanent Sanrio Cafe is located in Ikebukuro on the basement floor of Sunshine City. This has to be my favorite out of all the themed cafes in Tokyo I've been to regarding the presentation of the food, interior, choices of food, and taste. The moment we walked in, we were greeted by the overflow of Sanrio characters all over the walls and decorations. Most tables have huge plushies sitting with them to enjoy the meal together. I had the burger, and I love that you can choose your favorite character to put on the bun from choices like Hello Kitty or Kuromi. The burger was so juicy and filling, and the fries were crispy. The burger tastes like a good quality burger that you would get at a legit burger shop. Nothing was lacking in flavor. My friend who I also went with also said the same thing, and she loved the food. So this was 11 themed cafes that I've been to, ranking them from worst to best. I hope you guys liked this video, and check out my travel blog at pennilesstravels.com to see more information about traveling. Happy exploring!